What's going on, guys? Unreal ENT Network back once again here today discussing the Resident Evil movie franchise, in particular the rumored hot piece of garbage known as Resident Evil 6, scheduled for I think sometime in 2016, 2017. Needless to say, if this movie drops, in which case I know it will, I am going to have the biggest rage moment of my life, because Resident Evil 6 should not be happening. I don't even know how Resident Evil has made it this far. The movie franchise completely tarnishes what the games have delivered throughout the years, what the games represented. And I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I am a die-hard Resident Evil fan. I was a Resident Evil fan since I was a kid. Growing up as a teenager, as an adult, I've stuck by the franchise. And having to witness my favorite franchise die off little by little due to Capcom's fucking mistakes and due to Hollywood's mistakes, you know, adapting Paul W.S. Anderson as the director of these god-awful films, it's people often said, well, it's a sink or swim kind of scenario. Ain't nobody fucking swimming. This entire fucking ship is sinking. So Resident Evil 6 should not be happening, only because the continuity of the story does not make fucking sense. Nothing about Resident Evil thus far makes any sense. We have Alice, or whoever the fuck she is, the main character, Mila Jovovich. She's going in and out of, like, consciousness. She's, like, you know, going in and out of time. Michelle Rodriguez being featured in the last film, even though she died in the first film. All this shit, clones, robots, you know, like, zombies, mutants. It doesn't fucking make any sense, and it does not have a direct tie-in with the video game franchise or the original story concept. Nothing makes sense anymore. I mean, first off, you had fucking Alice pursue Wesker in one of the films, in which case she finally caught him, they battled, whatever. And then after that, like, we find out, like, in the film prior, well, actually after that, that Wesker comes back and he's like, Alice, I need your help to fight off the world. It's fucking garbage. And then we have the introductions of, like, Leon, Chris, oh my god, it is so bad, because whatever comes out of Resident Evil 6 is going to be a fucking abomination, because, again, I am a hardcore fan, and I would love to see the movie adaptation, you know, have correlations to the video game story instead of doing its own thing, because as we just saw with this franchise, with the movie franchise, Resident Evil has gone off the rails and has done something completely different that has no direct continuity with the fucking story to begin with. I mean, I'm not saying adapt the entirety of the games into a movie format. I'm not saying that at all. You know, but just take at least 90% of what the games have done, or at least 85 if you want to be crybabies about it, and just put that in a video-like format, and just create a movie to where it not only appeals to the hardcore fans first, because we're the ones that fucking stick by this fucking hot steaming pile of nonsense, but you also have, you know, somewhat of a draw into bringing casuals as well. Having this fucking abomination slapped with the Resident Evil sticker on it does not make it a good film, and the reason why I'm so upset about this is because Resident Evil 6 should not be fucking happening. Like, everything throughout the course of Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 made no fucking sense. Logically speaking here, nothing made fucking sense. And especially having, like, the main character be like this fucking ninjutsu fucking Bruce Lee spawn of death, you know, nunchucking zombies and, like, roundhouse kicking them, it made no sense. And now for her to return to fight off the entire world alongside Wesker and Barry and Leon and Claire and Jill and whoever else is fucking there, Ada, you know, like, we're gonna have all these cast characters fight off the entire world, which consists of zombies, lickers, hunters, dogs, nemesis, you know, tyrants, flying fucking Los Plagas, all these fucking entities and stuff, and it makes no sense because, like, again, for a handful of characters going up against the world, I mean, it might sound like a good concept, but you put that fucking shit down in video-like format, or at least you put it down on paper, and it just has the recipe to fucking turn into a fucking disaster. Again, I'm just speaking from a fan's perspective, and if anybody out there is actually rooting for the next Resident Evil movie to come out, you're on drugs. You're on fucking drugs. I mean, I don't care. Dislike the video, talk shit in the comments. You're on fucking drugs. There's no way that you can sit there and enjoy the film. Anybody out there who's a fan of the films, this is my challenge to you, right? Rewatch all of them in order, simultaneously, without stopping. Watch all of them from Resident Evil 1 to Resident Evil 5, and by the time you emerge after watching the fifth film, I can't even speak now because I'm so fucking angry. After you emerge after watching the fifth film, you're gonna walk away brain dead, because pay attention to the story, pay attention to the character development, pay attention to what the fuck is going on with the characters, the background characters and stuff. Nothing ever mattered, nothing ever made sense, and Resident Evil 6 should not be coming out. For all I know, I mean, it might be dropping depending on when you're watching this video. It may not be, hopefully. But we the fans demand a remake. We the fans demand a reboot. Reboot the franchise, remake the franchise. Stop fucking with us hardcore fans, because we're not going to give you our money if you keep producing shit. And that's exactly what the Resident Evil movies have been throughout the years. They have been absolute shit. And I am voicing my opinion. Freedom of speech here. I am voicing my opinion as to these movies, because these movies are just cash scams in a way. I mean, they're just regular fucking flicks with the title of Resident Evil slapped on them, and that's pretty much it, man. Like, it really irks me to death, because I am a fan at heart, and I would love to see something be done about this, because if not, we're just going to have another great franchise that was once a great franchise just fucking completely die off. And I'm not going to sit there and allow this to happen. So, you know, whatever comes out of this comes out of it. But honest to God, I am a Resident Evil fan first and foremost, and I would not want to see my beloved franchise die.